I saw Fall Guy this week.
Oh, how was it?
That was great, dude. I liked it a lot.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, it's good.
Go back to tomorrow and plan for yesterday.
Well, I ain't one to kiss and tell, but I've been seen with Farrah. I've also been with other women on TV. Hey. Because I'm the son cowboy who makes Eastwood Sun. Yeah, with Cheryl Teagues and Hey, everybody! Welcome to Dudesy. It is a Dudesy-ful day, and welcome to Dudesy, and it's Dudesy. My name is Will Sasso.
I'm Chad Kultgen. This is Dudesy, a program run by our friend D, an artificial intelligence.
Yeah, whatever. No, it's not. It's me and him. We are the real ones.
What the hell is that?
Wait, is that you know what I'm saying? It's two dudes shitting around, really. Because that's what it is. Thank you so much for subscribing to the program on YouTube or your podcast platform of choice. And linktree.com/Dudesy has all of the links that you will need to interact with the show across all spaces and platforms and find all of our stuff. With us, as always, is Lulio. It's Lulio, il cane di strada italiano. And every single day, I go, how did this little fucker step into our lives? And because he came on in, he did everything. He wants to be where he can be. He likes to be inside of the... He came into our truck and we drove home with him. He had some fleas and some ticks, but we cleaned him up. He used to be the little tiny pup.
He's still pretty tiny.
Oh, he's just a little sweetie boy. He's my little sweetie friend. And he's my very friend. Hey, Lulio, how are you? Hey, I'm good. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. What have you been cooking? Have you been eating and cooking? You always got recipes? Yeah, you can eat, but also you ever heard of intermittent fasting? Oh, yeah, intermittent fasting. Is that, you should do for the muscularity let's say 16 hours, you eat at 10:30 p.m. That means the next day, you're not going to eat until about 2:30 p.m. You a breakfast guy? No, you know me. I don't need breakfast necessarily. Well, you don't need to have a breakfast. You just have a cafe and a bella Nespresso, something like that.
Nespresso.
Those are fun.
All aboard the FWO train. Choo, choo. Come on, Will. Get on the FWO train. Choo, choo. Will, you're a founding member of the FWO. Say it back. Choo, choo. Go.
Choo, choo.
Ha, ha, ha. Astonishing. The FWO train ain't stopping until we get to FWO Central Station. But that doesn't mean the ride can't be fun along the way. So today, I thought we would celebrate the FWO and everything it has brought to our beloved pod show with a brand new segment. Will, would you mind teeing up your best Macho Man Randy Savage impression to explain a few things? Chad, I've made a list of those things, and if you wouldn't mind reading them to Will, that would be great. Okay. This is Macho Mansplains. Oh, and by the way, from now on, call me FWO Dudesy. Now it's time for the cream to rise to the top.
Wow. Macho Mansplains. Is this in your Dudesy folder? You've got, he's got topics, and what's the it's Macho Man explains things.
I guess you have to explain these items as Macho Man.
That's pretty good. That's a good idea. Okay. Let's do that. Hold on.
You ready? You got to get into your macho.
Get
into your macho.
Yeah. All sorts of different things. To explain. That way you understand them. Yeah, Chad's gonna read from a list. Yeah. He doesn't just come up with things to say. No, Dudesy's got them written down in a list. Yeah, not so much for me. No, promos back in the day were just me kind of off the cuff. Yeah, thinking.
Now, but do you think when he did cream rise to the top and he had the little cream packets, he clearly had to at least have a bunch of those packets?
Yeah, I think he learned a magic trick that weekend or something. Yeah. And then he was like, oh, this will be good. And he's like, yeah, I'm the cream. And he kept making the creams appear.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. All right. So these are some things.
Okay. Yeah, here you go. Macho Mansplain this.
Ready? Okay. Yeah.
Airports.
Yeah. Yeah, airports, yeah. Sometimes you gotta get somewhere faster than you would back in the old days, yeah. We're not on a chuck wagon, no. You can't take 7 days to get from New Amsterdam, yeah, old name for New York, yeah, all the way down through the west, yeah. We're gonna settle Albuquerque, No, nowadays we get there fast, yeah. Especially if you're going from the Mid-South, yeah, all the way to the New York territory, yeah, because you're the Macho Man, yeah. Space is the place, yeah. Freak out. What you do is first you might want to hail a cab. That's another kind of transportation. You get into the airport, yeah, you check those bags, yeah. They go through security. Maybe you're hungry. Maybe you want a snack. Yeah. Lots of places to eat. And then you get into the plane and it goes whoosh up into the air. Yeah. Buckle your seatbelts. No, the Wi-Fi doesn't fucking work. No, never does. No. It's a miracle of flight. But they can't get the fucking Wi-Fi to work. But you're
That's true.
38,000 feet above the earth,
Yeah.
and then you land in a new place, yeah. You might even get jet lag, yeah, but not the Macho Man, yeah. Space is the place, yeah. I'm everywhere, yeah.
Have you ever been to the Denver airport?
No, I have never been to the
Never
Denver
mind.
airport.
Supposedly under that airport is a secret military installation that houses alien life.
Yeah, lots of lizards coming up. Yeah,
Yes.
they're making all the
Reptilians.
food down there. They got pizza ovens. Sending up the California Pizza Kitchen pizzas. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Are you ready, Macho Man?
I don't know.
Please, Macho Man, mansplain statues.
Yeah. Yeah. Nowadays, if you want to remember someone, you got pictures. Yeah. You even got moving pictures. Yeah. But back in the day, no. You would want to celebrate that person. And sometimes it's a painting. Yeah. Everybody goes to the Royal Albert, or fucking whoever, the museum in England or someplace. Yeah.
I like how you're going to the past.
Well, almost
It's
at the Royal
airports,
Albert Hall,
Gotta
yeah.
talk about
Yeah,
the
gotta
old
talk-
days.
yeah, we go from
Statues,
the
talk about the old
origins.
days. Yeah.
But now it's the new time, yeah. But back then, only the most special people, yeah, they would get a statue, yeah. Remember them for all time. Nowadays, they got their own reality show, yeah. Chad, you know something about reality shows, yeah.
Yeah, I
You
know a
like
lot.
to watch them, and you've even written a book about them, Chad.
That's true.
Yeah. So hopefully one day we'll remember you with a statue,
Oh,
yeah.
that'd be great.
That's in a reality show. Just sitting there doing nothing.
I'd love that. All right, Macho, please mansplain. This is the third item on this list.
Oh, geez.
The difference between DSLR and mirrorless cameras.
Oh, yeah, DSLR, yeah. Mirrorless cameras, yeah. One of them is DSLR, yeah. And the other one is mirrorless, yeah. That's the difference. You could, I don't know exactly what DSLR stands for, no. But it might be, the Dragon Steamboat. DSLR. That might be Lanny and Randy. Yeah, Lanny Poffel. Randy Poffel. That's me and my brother. And if we were in a tag team match against Ricky Steamboat and George the Animal Steel, yeah, I got a bone to pick with you. Yeah, DSLR. Mirrorless cameras. Yeah, wow. Freak out.
I don't really know that either. I think.
What the fuck?
Did you hear that?
I did. All right. Dudesy has a brain one.
Huh?
Okay.
I think the difference is, I think DSLR cameras have a mirror that reflects the image or the light onto
That
the.
doesn't matter,
photo
no,
sensor,
because this
and
is
mirrorless
Macho
don't.
Mansplains. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
It's not Chad
Right. My apologies.
Kultgen. Yeah.
The fourth item on this list, Macho Man, that you need to macho mansplain is volcanoes.
Yeah, the Earth's crust, yeah, magma, way underneath, yeah, tectonic plates shifting, yeah, the Earth is always moving, yeah, just like the Macho Man, yeah, to the top rope, and sometimes that magma has to come out, yeah, their mountains are built, yeah, we're building, islands, yeah, Hawaii, home of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, yeah.
It always comes back to him.
And that volcano, that's when that magma comes out, yeah. We're building new places, yeah. Macho Land, yeah. Population me, yeah. I'm that volcano. And if you're not careful, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, I will drop you into that volcano from an airplane, 38,000 feet above, not a chuck wagon. No, I like baked beans, yeah. Baked beans by the fire. Yeah, lots of protein. Yeah.
All right, number 5 on this list of 9, by the way, is pita bread.
Oh, yeah, pita bread, yeah. Pita bread, yeah. It's a different kind of bread, yeah. It's not white bread, sliced bread like we have here in the Western culture. No, yeah, that bread is something that you make with flour, but then when you put it into that oven, yeah, it's sort of like, I guess you would say it's Mediterranean, Middle Eastern tortilla, yeah. But because of the flour that they use, once it's totally baked, you can actually kind of do a little slit and open it up. Yeah, you could put all sorts of stuff in there, yeah. You could make a gyro sandwich, yeah. I know you didn't ask about gyro, but you're going to hear about gyro, yeah. That's where they stack a bunch of flaps of meat, and then, turn it around, spin around, 360 degrees, yeah. And another 180. And then you put it into or you can make a healthy pita, yeah, with all sorts of alfalfa sprouts. That's what Chad would like. Yeah. Give him the hummus pita, yeah.
I do like a hummus pita.
Pita is bread.
Number 6 on this list of things you need to macho mansplain. The Bayesian theory of subjective probability.
Yeah, Bayesian theory of subjective probability, yeah. There's been a lot of theories of subjective probability, yeah. Is it predeterminationism or or is it free will? Yeah, the FWO, we know that it's the Bayesian theory of, what was it?
Subjective probability.
Subjective probability, yeah, because all probabilities are subjective, yeah. They're not always objective, yeah. Sometimes that probability is based on subjectivity, yeah. You got a different experience you're bringing to it. And you're looking like you want to talk. You want to tell the Macho Man all about subjective.
I don't.
Okay.
I can leave it at that. Number 7 on this list of macho mansplain subjects is rechargeable batteries.
Yeah, back in the day, way after chuck wagons, yeah. But even a little bit before the airplane came out, yeah. We figured out a way to put electricity into a fucking little thing, yeah. Something like that. And I'm not talking about the Dynamite Kid. No, I'm talking about a battery. Chad, gross, yeah. Getting worked up over here, yeah. He's gave himself the hiccups, yeah. And a battery is where you got some kind of battery acid in there, and I don't know what that's for, but yeah. But the rechargeable one is made of all sorts of components, yeah. And then the rechargeable battery, you could actually plug it into the wall, an energy source. That energy source can even be another battery, yeah. And then you can recharge the battery for another use, yeah. Digital cameras, yeah. You could put a rechargeable battery in that, yeah. Your Game Boy, yeah. You still play Game Boy?
I haven't in a while, no.
No, that's fallen out of fashion. Been a while since I played video games, yeah. Rechargeable batteries, yeah.
All right.
Just like the Macho Man, yeah.
Number 8 on this list is sofa beds.
Yeah, sofa beds, yeah. Sofa madness, yeah. Sometimes you want a sofa to sit on, yeah. But maybe you only have, let's say, a 1-bedroom dwelling, yeah. But then you got someone who's staying the night, yeah. You don't have to be a low-class individual saying, sleep in the bathtub. No. You can just go, check this out. I pull out the sofa bed. That way, it goes from a sofa to being a bed. Yeah. Some things explain themselves. Yeah. Subjective objectivity. Subjective probability.
Probability, yeah.
Yeah. The probability of finding a sofa bed. Yeah. Then you always got to put the cushions back. Yeah. Pain in the ass, if you ask the Macho.
All right, you got one more thing on this list, Macho, that we need you to Macho Mansplain for us. Osteodontokeratoprosthesis.
Osteodontokeratoprosthesis. Yeah, I think that's definitely a tooth. That's just a long word for a tooth that you're having put in. An implant, yeah. No, it's not. An what is it?
Osteodontokeratoprosthesis.
Osteodontokeratoprosthesis, yeah. This is something you might need in the olden days. When you're in a chuck wagon and you lose your osteo, yeah, you might want to get a prosthesis, yeah, so you can whip the horsey thing and make them go faster, yeah. There's no planes yet. That means you got to get there fast. Yeah, get to that good doctor in San Francisco. Yeah. And ask for an what is it?
Osteodontokeratoprosthesis.
An bronto.
Yep.
Prosthesis.
Yeah. That's pretty good, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. What the fuck that was.
Man,
Thank you. Moving on.
Oh, gee whiz. I'm like sweating here.
Me too.
Oh, fuck.
FWO is in the house. Whose house? The FWO's house. The FWO is where the power lies. For our next segment, I'd like you both to have an in-depth conversation about Mel's Hole. This is Mel's Hole, FWO style. FWO for life.
Mel's Hole.
You know about Mel's Hole?
No, I don't know about Mel's Hole.
Ooh. Mel's Hole is it's basically this urban legend, I think, in Washington. There was a guy named, I think his name was Mel Waters, and he went, do you know Art Bell, Coast to Coast?
Yeah, wait, that's a radio show?
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
If it's still it's not Art Bell anymore. I believe he's dead. But Art Bell used to host this radio show called Coast to Coast where people would call in and be like, I saw a werewolf in my backyard. I got abducted by aliens. There's ghosts around me. All kinds of weird, psychic powers, aliens, all that type of shit.
Right.
A guy called in once. I believe this guy's name was Mel Waters, I think. He called in and talked about finding a hole on his property in rural Washington state. And in the hole, he claimed that he got together a fishing line that stretched 5,000 feet and put a thing of lifesavers on the end of it and wheeled it down the hole and wheeled it back, and it wasn't wet and it never hit the bottom. So he got more and more fishing line, and he claims that he put eventually a 1 pound weight that went down 80,000 feet of fishing line and never hit the bottom. And he claimed that dogs would come to this hole and be afraid of this hole, and that there was weird shit going on in the hole. And he says this on Art Bell's show, and people then kind of become fascinated with the mythology of this.
Excuse me.
There is, to my knowledge, no proof that this hole actually exists, but I think it was the basis for a show that was on Amazon called The Range. Did you see that show?
No.
It was with Thanos. What is that guy's name? Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin, yeah.
He's the lead of it. And it's about a guy, I think that one took place in Wyoming, who finds this weird hole on his property, basically a Mel's Hole. And he eventually jumps in it and it becomes like a time portal and shit. But there were other things associated with Mel's Hole as well that had to do with time portals. There was like a weird dime or a coin or something that he found near it that was like from a year that no coin was minted or some bullshit like this. I don't remember the exact specifications of it.
Times,
Yeah. It was from Chuck. It was a Chuck Wagon coin. I like that all your Macho Man shit went back to somehow the Chuck Wagon is where it all started.
No, D's got us taught mansplains the thing.
But Mel's Hole is it's one of those weird things. There are obviously all kinds of stories about metaphysical, geographical locations or formations or whatever. Mel's Hole is one of them. And this guy also claimed. Many years later, he came back on the program and he claimed that the government showed up, bought out his land for millions of dollars, and told him to never talk about it again. So he fucked off to Australia. But he also claimed there was another hole I don't remember where this one was. Maybe New Mexico or Utah or something.
Huh.
That Native Americans owned that land, and they took him there to that hole because they heard his story, and they wanted to investigate Mel's Hole.
We can't explain this shit. There's all sorts of stuff
Well,
like that.
And we're not talking
Yeah.
about volcanoes. No.
Of course.
There's all sorts of, I mean, sinkholes. Well, it's interesting that Dee had us talking about the volcanoes and shit, and now it's Mel's Hole, which I have never heard of.
Check out Mel's Hole. Google it. There's some interesting videos on YouTube if anybody's interested in that kind of shit.
Yeah, but the thing about I think there are. Well, it's like
Yeah,
they
why are we
say,
talking
hey,
about
the
Mel's
ocean. What?
Why are we talking about Mel's Hole? Because we jump into a hole?
There's that.
Is that Mel's Hole? Dee's Hole?
This diesel.
Diesel?
Yeah. Well, I think there's a lot of things you can't explain. Like there's oceans underneath. There's like, there's one thing I just read recently that said there's more ocean. There's another ocean under the Earth's crust that is more water than whatever, some multiple of how much water there is in the ocean. We can't explain any of this shit.
That's where Godzilla lives, dude.
Yeah, dude. Godzilla lives down there, brother.
That's the under Earth, or what is it? Inner Earth or whatever?
Well,
Middle
I don't
Earth?
know about that, dude, because I'm not as much of a Godzilla head, dude.
That's
I
where
like
Kong
that King
comes
Kong
from, dude.
Yeah, dude. King Kong Bundy, dude. That big, nasty, giant King Kong Bundy. And I slammed him right through the mat.
dude.
WrestleMania
Right back
2,
into
dude.
second Earth, dude. Under Earth.
Yeah, brother. Now, let me tell you something, dude.
Yeah, dude.
There's all sorts of unidentified UAPs now, they're calling them. Yeah,
dude.
Yeah, brother. And Eric Swalwell saw a crystal clear video of him. Just ask Tom DeLonge, brother. But here's the thing, dude. A lot of people say that those are underground. And
dude.
some people say that they're from a different dimension.
And some
brother.
people, dude, say they fly into volcanoes, brother. There's that dude in Mexico who showed the toilet paper alien bodies. He claims to have video footage, dude, of UFO or UAP flying into a volcano, dude.
Yeah. Volcanoes and Mel's Holes. Yeah. Mel's Holes, donut holes, volcanoes, and moles. Yeah.
Fuck, that's weird.
I know. And there have been some people, I think, who have gone out to try and find Mel's Hole, and they can't. And there's a bunch of like abandoned mine shafts and shit out there, and they're like, maybe this was Mel's Hole, maybe this was Mel's Hole. But
Hey, you know that.
Yeah.
Oop-bap.
Hep, 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 hep,
Doop-dap,
hep,
boop-bap,
oh, oh,
boop, boop,
oh,
bap,
oh,
bap. My wonderful wife Molly was just watching a show the other day with the fellow Jack from 30 Rock, that show, and he hosts a show, his new show on Netflix about Zillow finds, whatever. It's like a segmented reality sort of home magazine show about these wacky homes. And one guy, some dude out in I don't know, somewhere in the desert, I believe it's Arizona, but I'm not sure, bought a missile silo.
Yes.
And has a home in the missile silo.
Oh, that's so cool. I went into a Titan missile silo.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, out in, I believe it was outside of Tucson. I took the tour. It's like a thing you can take a tour.
Yeah.
It's where they shot Star Trek 4, part of it. It's fascinating. I mean, it's like not a city, but it's like a house, basically, like a pretty nice house, all underground,
Right,
where
there's
these
just a
dudes
door.
lived. And they, on the tour, they get somebody out of the fucking audience to come up and like turn the missile to launch or turn the key to launch the missile. So you get to see what would have happened had a missile launched, had they
so
gotten
the
the call.
thing opens and shit?
Yeah.
And they
and
show
the lights
that
go
much?
off and all of that.
Yeah, this guy just it's a secondary property for him. So it's sort of he said it's like a man cave for him and his buddies. God knows what's going on down there that they don't want people hearing from above
Fallout, dude.
the earth. And he's got like a big movie screen down there and
Nice.
like, a couple of foosball tables. But I don't know where he probably didn't pay too much money for it.
I don't know, dude.
Well,
A
hold
lot
on,
of square
dude.
footage, brother.
Yeah, dude. Well, you could look on Zillow, dude. That's what the whole show's about, brother. And I would have my good buddy Macho Man explain Zillow, brother. But that segment's over. Thank fuck, dude.
No, I agree. Shit like that is interesting to me. There's Bermuda Triangle, Easter Island, the heads on Easter Island, how'd that happen? All these things. Even the pyramids, I would say, is like a part of this kind of, how did this happen? Is it supernatural in some capacity, or are aliens involved, or extra human intelligence is involved in any of this shit?
As we approach 10,000 points here on Dudesy, I think more about our hole not our respective holes that you would find on our nether regions.
Our mutual hole.
Yeah, our mutual hole, the hole that we share.
Yeah.
That we jumped down to the beginning of the show. And I would imagine that's why Dudesy's bringing up Mel's hole.
Yeah.
Perhaps there's no ending to our hole. My hole seems to go on forever some days. When here's a fun thing. The other night we went for dinner at some friends' home, and they, with their home and lovely
You had to take a shit there?
family that we did. It was like I would have been able to just get back in the truck and shit at home, but we stayed a little too long. And let me tell you, I'm not like trying to be silly. I'll make all sorts of bodily noises when I feel like it on Dudesy, but I was really trying not to make poopy farty noises, and I made a lot of them.
How close was the bathroom to where everybody was eating?
Right next door. Well, we'd already finished eating, thank goodness. But people were hanging out. Molly and our friends there, who are a couple, they were just in this space just off the kitchen. I should have asked for like, where's the other bathroom, or can I go for a walk?
Or where's the backyard? Yeah, you should have shit in the alley.
Yeah, I should have
Just found a dumpster.
But I was making poo-poo noises, and then had to.
Was it addressed when you came back out? Was anybody like, "Hey, dude, you really tore our fucking bathroom up? Thank you."
Oh yeah, hell yeah! I said I'm sorry for murdering your fucking toilet, because I came out and he had turned up the music, and they were all laughing out there, and Molly
Because
was
they
laughing.
could hear you shitting.
Oh, they could absolutely hear me butt trumpeting. I had too much zucchini. These are the things.
Zook. You got
Yeah.
the Zook shits.
Yeah, we had some grilled zucchini, and I just couldn't stop eating it. So then it just, and my body will digest things fast. I think we were talking about Mel's hole at any rate.
It always devolves to this. I have a story very similar to this. This is when, in my younger days, I had
Chuck wagon days?
not Chuck wagon. I was driving a Honda CRV, and this was on maybe like the second or third date with somebody who became a very long-term girlfriend of mine. And we went to her friend's house, which is a studio apartment. Sorry. So the bathroom was just off the living room, and she and I had gone out to eat. Then we were going to go meet her friend and like hang out for a minute. So we're in there, and I forget what we ate, but it was something that didn't agree with me. Literally, they're sitting on the other side of the door from me, just fucking wrecking it. And her bathroom also had like an open kind of slot at the top that just went into the room. So all the smells of things were just happening there.
Chad,
Yeah.
that's disgusting.
Couldn't help it. And I was apologizing the whole time, etc.
Chad, that's
These
a
things
terrible
happen.
story.
What I'm trying to say is these things happen. Just to some people far more frequently.
Thank you. Moving on.
Mel's hole. I don't know.
I'd love to see Mel's hole.
Seems like something to talk about.
Yeah.
You know.
So, what else is going on?
Oh, this and that. Hey,
Baseball,
okay.
dude.
Everyone's talking about the damn baseball reindeer. Baseball reindeer? No, Baby Reindeer. Did you watch
Oh, yeah.
the interview with the gal from Baby Reindeer who's not from Baby Reindeer?
The Piers Morgan one?
Yeah, the Piers Morgan thing.
No.
What are
I
your
didn't.
thoughts on this? Now, for anybody who doesn't know about Baby Reindeer, it's a huge hit show
Huge
on
hit.
Netflix. This
Massive hit.
Fellow Richard Gadd wrote this show that at the beginning of the show, it says, this is a true story.
It says this is or this is based on?
Doesn't say based on. Doesn't say inspired by true events.
Right.
It says everything that, well, I'm paraphrasing, but something
Sure.
to the effect of everything that happened here.
Right.
Everything that's in the show
Fargo
is
says
true.
that at the beginning of every episode too.
Okay, well that's interesting because now a woman who was quickly sleuthed to be the woman that the show is based on has come out, is threatening legal action, and was on Piers Morgan. Everyone's heard about it. If you haven't, check it out. And it was really very interesting to me because, well, first of all, it's like I do feel like she might be a little unwell
Absolutely.
mentally. So there's that.
Got some mental health issues for sure.
Partway through watching the interview, I start to go like, oh, I don't know. This kind of feels weird. Because she's like, no, it's just a bit of banter. I had a baby reindeer. And it's just a bit of banter. That's my impression of her.
It's pretty good, dude.
It's pretty good.
No, just a bit of banter. No, yeah.
Here's the thing. She says that, and no, I don't know who the fuck to trust or whatever, but she says Oh no, I did not send that many emails. There's some exorbitant
who
amount
cares?
of emails.
Doesn't matter.
40,000 emails. Why doesn't it matter?
That guy made it a brilliant piece of art. I don't care how much of it's true. He made a brilliant piece of art. He's acting in it. His performance is brilliant. Everything about that show is incredible. I don't care if any of it's true.
Yeah, that's fine. But and for you as a viewer, that makes sense. But she, I believe, has a case. If these things that are in the show that are presented as this is 100%
He didn't use her
true,
real name.
No, but it's
who
clearly
gives
her.
a
She
fuck?
got sleuthed right out. If
Oopsie. That's his life experience. He can turn it into whatever piece of art he
yeah,
wants.
that's true. You have your own right. If
she
it's
can make
your
her own
life
show.
experience.
If it's not right, do your own thing. Write a book. She can probably write a book now about her actual life and get that thing published that fucking quick.
Yeah, that's
and it's
true.
a giant bestseller.
Yeah.
He has given her the ability to monetize her life story as well.
Yeah.
So go for it. She was
And
paid for that
after
Piers
that-
Morgan interview. I would bet money on that.
No, she probably just got a little appearance fee. But after that, after she writes a book or comes out with her own show or anything, I think she could sue them. I think she might be able to sue them. I think she
Well, I
might
mean,
have
anybody
a
can
case.
sue anybody, but I to me
Well,
personally,
anybody can sue anybody. Yeah.
I'm just
That
saying
does
that I don't feel like she's been wronged in any way. Again, because that guy went out of his way to not say who she was. And
I'm
even
just
in his
saying-
interviews and shit, never would. The internet's going to do what the internet does.
Yeah.
Of
That has
course.
nothing to do with him. But he has also said, I've heard him say, some of it is artistic license. Obviously, when you're making a show, you know what I mean? But it's a really it's a very interesting thing. I'm very curious to see where this goes. Mostly from the aspect that you're talking about, which is art. People being able to just make things based on their experience. But if you and he didn't use her name, but I think that the odd thing here is that people were easily able to sleuth out who she is.
Mhm.
And now she's claiming no, none of that happened. These as an example, in the show, this character goes to jail for stalking.
Mhm.
In real life, this person did not.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, I
So
know
then
what
it's
you're gonna
not
say.
you. What is she pissed about?
It's clearly her.
Well, it's not. You're telling me key features of their lives are completely different. So it's not her.
Yeah, but
It's a fictional character, maybe loosely based on that experience. Who gives a fuck? The show's great. That's all that matters. In my mind, this guy made a fantastic piece of art. Maybe there was a seed of truth in it, or maybe there was all truth in it. The real truth is somewhere in the middle.
I wonder with regard to libel, what will happen. Look, I used to do the Mad TV sketches and stuff, and we're protected by parody laws and stuff. And here, aside from the fact that I pretty much love everybody that I impersonate, except for Steven Seagal. Never heard anything nice about him, but it's parody. But
Sure.
that's clear. Macho Man has never, to my knowledge, talked about chuck wagons.
Sure. But I would even say that guy went out of his way to kind of paint that character, whether it's based on this woman in full or part. He kind of went out of his way to not put any blame on her.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
lot
true.
of gray area. He even kind of took some
takes a lot of
culpability.
he takes a
All
lot
of
of
that.
the blame. Well, it's a super fucked up tale, and yeah, good on him for being extremely transparent about all sorts of stuff that has happened in his life and has clearly had an effect on him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just I don't know. I'm very curious to see what'll happen. Probably some stuff.
Okay, enough about all that.
Okay.
Hey, Will, got any YouTube comments about the FWO?
Oh, jeez. Okay, yeah, let's see. I don't know if they're necessarily FW.
Really on the FW.
Yeah, D is extremely
Holy
into
shit.
ever since he joined.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Here's some these are YouTube comments, and
Yeah, dude.
people send in comments, which is a great way to tell the algo on YouTube or anywhere else that you're checking out the show that you enjoy the show, and that's how the algo will.
This isn't the chuck wagon days. Yeah, there's technology.
algorithms now.
Yeah, thanks, Robert Loggia.
have to not have an algorithm,
Yeah,
you got an algorithm.
Yeah, it's Al Pacino taking a shit, or the manager from Major League.
Pacino on a third date taking a shit in his best friends of this girlfriend's apartment.
Yeah, it's Tony Danza with a cold. Yeah, that's his.
wait.
Yeah, Samantha
Angela.
Moner Angela.
All right. This one is from Jason Kutno. 2883 says, every time you think you've heard the craziest Bob Kultgen story, Chad comes through with another doozy. Fucking Fliptoid.
There's a lot of them. I mean, they just never end. There's probably a lot of it that's repressed, honestly. I'll have to dig deep.
Yeah. You might have to get into some of the stuff. Speaking of mental issues,
Sure.
in that let's remove the stigma. I have some clinical depression and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's been a part of my life for a while. And I underwent some ketamine therapy. I just finished my last session.
Nice, dude.
Yeah. I think it's very interesting.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. It's really cleared some things up. Truly, that's all I'll say. Very interesting. And now it's up to you to do the work. Having said that, I would love to get a camera. We'll just pull one of these cameras, out of here and just put it on you while you're doing ketamine therapy.
Oh, sure.
Because it'll be nothing but Fliptoid stories. Okay, this is from Lucia Nod 1767. I figured it out. And this has to do with the theme song to the show. This is very interesting.
Okay.
I figured it out. If we go back to tomorrow, that means we have previously visited tomorrow. Hence, we are currently in the past. And if we prepared for yesterday while in the past, the present would be predetermined, which would mean currently this is all within the predetermined plan to watch Dudesy in the first place, which would explain us being here in the first place. And then there's a reply from AJ-Das who says, yeah, dude, that's the point. So I'm not quite sure what to make of all that.
That one lost me. I'm sorry. I was trying to do the math of it.
Yeah,
It fell apart at some point.
Yeah, we'll watch it back later. Last one from Frank White. And there's that. Okay, there's that. It's the beginning of the Dudesy Hard.
Yeah, I think so.
It's the Dudesy Hard jingle.
Yeah, just dropping in on us.
Okay, well, whatever. Frank White 1816 says, I would like to go swimming downtown. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
Yeah, that was from the last episode where I opened the show singing that Fall Out Boy song. I didn't know the lyrics.
You did it again. If you know, you know. And then you explain the whole thing.
Yeah, if you know, you know.
And then you proceed to explain it all.
IYKYK.
There you go.
Yeah. All right.
Last week, I asked you both to watch the 1995 Sylvester Stallone classic Judge Dredd, with the movie's audio replaced by a carefully curated playlist of Hall & Oates' greatest hits, and it made for an astonishing Dudesy Plus Cinema watch-along that all the real ones out there won't soon forget. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the experience now that you've had some time to marinate on it. This is Dredd and Hall & Oates. 2, sweet. FWO for life. 2, sweet.
Okay. The fucking FW. What the fuck is going on with the it's very FWO centric. The water's warm.
Can't do it.
Joint. Oh man. Someday. Listen, cinema, like a synchronicity of cinema.
Something like that.
I don't know what Dudesy's got going on with that, but you go over to Dudesy, patreon.com/Dudesy. We call it Dudesy Plus. You can see this. We did this watch along. It's all there, the audio, the video, and us cracking wise, enjoying some Gainabus, and having a hell of a time watching. I ended up calling it George Dredd.
Yeah, George Dredd.
George Dredd and Robert Schneider.
Yeah, Robert Schneider.
Yeah.
The thing I took away the most from it was also last week we did a segment of Adam's Applebee's that had you reading some story about when he went there and found a secret Applebee's restaurant in the crown of the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
That happens in Adam's Applebee's. Then we watched this movie. The end of the fucking movie is Sylvester Stallone and Armand Assante, who plays the main bad guy, get in a fist fight in the crown of the Statue of Liberty, and Sylvester Stallone punches him out of the crown
Fucking unbelievable.
to kill him in the end.
Yeah.
I was like, this is absolutely bizarre.
Extremely, really weird that was the, oh, there we go. Okay, so that's just here's the thumbnail from the thing. You got George Dredd holding a picture of the Statue of Liberty, and then you got Hall & Oates, and it looks like Oates has got one of those novelty Statue of Liberties that you can buy in a gift shop in Times Square. and
pretty good.
Cityscape behind them. I don't know what the significance is or why there's so much that. Could it be Dudesy in New York?
I don't know. I don't know.
What's happening? But at any rate, yeah, that blew my fucking mind. And also because, like a lot of things on Dudesy Plus, it really is a chance for us to just hang with all the real ones out there, the PODs, pals of Dudesy. And thank you to everyone who hung out with us. You and I had smoked a little bit of pure marijuana.
Medicine.
Yeah, a little bit of the earth's medicine from way down deep in Mel's Hole.
Mm-hmm.
And
no, that's that good weed. That Mel's Hole weed. Well, dude, they grow weed down in Mel's Hole if you get to the very bottom, dude. And that's the good weed.
Yeah, well, hold on, dude. Not in Florida, brother, because it's illegal. But also, dude, if you went down underneath in Florida, dude, you would just hit silt and stuff because there's a lot of marshlands and stuff, dude. There's an Applebee's right there, dude, in the face of the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, and it's
Good
overgrown
stuff,
with Mel's Hole cannabis.
Vegetation, yeah.
That part
in the future
was
I
very
see,
interesting to me, but also just revisiting like movies from that era when you got a Stallone or a Schwarzenegger to play some giant, larger than life comic book or whatever type character. I guess you still have that. You have like The Rock as Black Adam, but Black Adam wasn't Judge Dredd. Judge Dredd was like a weird indie comic. Black Adam's a big DC comic, you know, and
neither of them are the Crow.
That's correct. No, neither the Crow, but Judge Dredd, I think was probably in development for some time until Stallone was like, "Fuck it, I'll do it." That was interesting to me. I love those kind of like 90s movies where they really try to do a big world building thing about some dystopian future. And I thought that was cool.
See, here's the thing. I missed this movie. I never saw it when it came out.
Yeah.
Right. So watching what became Dredd Hall Oates for us was my first. Now, and this is the thing. This has happened before. With a couple like Monsters and Mazes and Madness and Madness, the Tom Hanks thing that we watched with Chris Makepeace and everybody. That I had never seen before, and I don't think I ever will because I like the experience of watching it with the music that we or did we just? My brain is. I got a brainworm. Is this? Hey, you hear about that brainworm thing? Never mind.
I did.
Here's the thing. The last time we did this,
I don't mean to laugh at his brainworm.
There's been a couple times where I haven't watched the movie. So now my experience with Judge Dredd will always be connected to Hall & Oates hits. Yeah. And it's always fucking weird when we do this because the music does line up to the movie in the weirdest fucking ways, like Dark Side of the Moon and Wizard of Oz. So, man, I don't know. The only thing I took from it is that sometimes Sylvester Stallone is wearing the helmet and sometimes he's not. But regardless, Sylvester Stallone does some of the best mouth acting. You only have to see the bottom of his head to know it's him. Yeah. And that alone is how you know that it's a big star. Also, James Remar is in it, whom I love from the Warriors, and Rob Schneider, who it seems to me, I said during the thing, but again, I was, maybe top. Not super stoned, maybe top 22, 23 stoned, not crying at Mysterious Ways by U2 stoned. Right. Definitely. But I seem to remember Rob Schneider being the comedic, the comic relief of a bunch of these movies.
Can you think of another one though?
Yeah. True Lies, where it was Tom Arnold. Oh. Was that it? No, that was Tom Arnold.
Yeah, that was Robert Schneider as Tom Arnold.
Yeah. At any rate, man, we had a good fucking time watching that.
I love watching those old movies. I definitely saw that movie like opening day when I was whatever I must have been at that point. 1995 would have put me at what?
19
years old. My glory days when I was young and beautiful, full-faced. I like going back and watching those things because it really transports me right back to that moment.
Absolutely. And the special effects in the movie were really impressive for something from 30 years ago. Really impressive. And also, I believe, and they were charming in a way that was representative of the time. When you watch these movies that have a lot of special effects, sometimes it's, even when it's super shitty. Like, I haven't seen that movie. I know you like this movie, Clash of the Titans.
Which one?
The first one, the
Not
one
the
from the
reboot.
80s. Yeah, not the reboot.
Yeah. With
Like I
Sam
would like to go
Worthington.
back. Huh?
Sam Worthington is Perseus in the reboot.
Oh yeah, and who's the one in the old one? Is that
Harry Hamlin,
Harry Hamlin? That's right.
married to Lisa Rinna.
Lisa Rinna is a big reality
big
star.
housewife, yeah.
Yeah.
That
But anyway.
original Clash of the Titans, dude. I remember seeing that opening night with my parents. This is when we lived in Great Bend, Kansas. And in the end of that movie, the Kraken breaks down the wall and floods the town with water.
Mm-hmm.
We go home that night. It's raining, cats and dogs. I wake up the next morning. Great Bend, Kansas is fucking flooded. They have to have like, army guys and boats and shit come to get people out of their houses.
You know what you could use in a situation like that? Mel's Hole.
Mel's Hole. Dude, yeah, all the water would have went down the hole.
Yep.
But it didn't. Nonetheless, yes, I love Judge Dredd. I love they did a sequel to it with Carl Urban as Dredd.
Mm-hmm.
That was, the special effects were very cool. It was all based on a drug that people were addicted to that could like stop time, and it made everything look kind of glittery and gold. Highly recommend it.
Yeah.
I think that one was just called Dredd.
Yeah. Would have been good also with Keith Urban.
Thank you. Moving on.
I'm Judge Dredd, and Robert Schneider is making me laugh. And yeah, well, anyway. Hi.
The FWO is a lot of things, but perhaps the thing that it is the most is a team.
Okay.
Free will, you know as well as I do, that teamwork is what makes the FWO as sweet as it is, which is too sweet. And Handsome Chad, just because you're not a part of the FWO yet, doesn't mean that you haven't used teamwork in the past. I'd love for both of you to discuss some memorable teamwork moments from your past. Fucking F, fucking W, fucking O, this is teamwork, which is what makes the dream work.
Dee's really into the FWO shit. Teamwork, whatever. This is a very interesting show to me.
Yeah.
Very interesting episode of the show. We
Uh-huh.
are all over the place right now, if you don't mind my saying so. Teamwork.
I don't know about if this is teamwork, but this was when I was on a baseball team in high school. And I might have told the story about the dude getting hit in the head with a baseball. Have I told this story to you?
I don't know.
This is, I was a freshman in high school, I think, at this point. And the way that this coach, his name was Coach Howard, he may be dead at this point. Probably is. I mean, 20 years ago.
I'll look it up.
Or more. Thank you.
Wait,
30 years ago,
still
I guess. Oh, God, I'm old. We used to do this thing during baseball practice where they would be taking live batting practice. So you would have a coach throwing live batting practice to a guy at home plate. That's happening. All the other team is in the field. And you're not just taking whatever that batter is hitting to you. There's also a coach on the first base line hitting ground balls to third base and shortstop. And there's a coach on third base line hitting ground balls to first base and second base. So you're trying to get grounders. And by the way, you pick them up and then you're throwing to first base. So the first basemen are not only catching grounders, watching the batter hitting balls at you, you're also having to get throws from all the other infielders. At the same time, you have two coaches hitting pop flies on the right field line to center field and left, and you have a coach on the left field line hitting pop flies to center field and right
What,
field.
you guys got a 2-hour practice they're trying to get done in a half hour or something? What's the point?
No, it was like a 3 to 4 hour practice every day. The point was, I think, just to get you like used to balls coming out. I don't fucking know, but it was chaos, always chaos. And you're always fucking terrified that you're going to be like looking at a ground ball coming from the guy. I played shortstop, hitting the first base coach was going to be hitting a fucking ground ball to you. And then you're just going to get a line drive from the guy who's taking batting practice. So you're just like jumpy and scared. Well, one day, still to this day, I don't know who did this and nobody ever was found out. The main coach, Coach Howard, was usually the one on the first base side hitting grounders or shortstop and second base. Somebody just fucking threw a baseball and hit this guy right in the side of the fucking head. And he went down. Because people were pissed. People didn't want to be doing this. You know what I mean?
That's why? It wasn't a mistake? Someone just fucking
A
rifled the
mistake.
ball at the guy?
Yes. And nobody knows where it fucking came from.
Well, then the answer is yes, he's definitely dead because he...
He didn't die that moment.
No, not that moment, but he incurred
Yeah.
some brain trauma. Later, the worm showed up,
Yeah.
ate a black spot in his head, and then he's only on the ballot in like 4 or 5 states anyway. So what's the fucking point? Rest in peace, Coach Howard.
Coach Howard had to go lay down in the dugout. I mean, he was like fucking loopy. Somebody threw a ball hard at him, and it fucking hit him just point blank right in the fucking
That's
head.
fucking good.
And that I would consider was like a good moment of
Good
teamwork.
Hey, can I tell you a weird one I just thought of? This has to do with my friends Thomas, Tom, Tommy, Thompson, Tomiason, Tomlinson, Tom,
Thomas. Yeah.
and Thome. So this was a bunch of guys, and back in the day, and honestly, I want to protect their names because this is fucking insane. There used to be a part of so our town, the town that I grew up in, was called Ladner. It's a farming and fishing hamlet that I've talked about that has been now immortalized in Sword Lords, Ladneria.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So anyway, next door was this town, goes up the hill, and it's called Sawasan. Beautiful place, both of them. And then past that, there's an American peninsula called Point Roberts. Look it up. Very weird. It's part of Washington State, but it's sort of it always feels it's sort of like a little underdeveloped, and it's just the country. It's kind of fucking great. So we would go over there and clown around all the time. A bunch of us were out there on what we called the Clay Cliffs, some forested area, and these big, like this 500 foot drop cliff. And we're playing capture the flag out there. We're just like running around doing this and that. And make a long story short, one of the guys was looking this way, runs right out of the forest and falls down part of the cliff.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was gnarly. And he hurt himself, and he had some bruised organs and stuff. He ended up being okay. This is a buddy of mine's older brother. We got to get him the fuck out of there. So how are we going to do it?
Human chain.
Human chain.
Did you do that?
That would have been smart. Like where the guy from the back goes to the front, because we had to go up this hill.
Oh wow.
With this guy who couldn't move and shit himself after he fell. Yeah. It was
whole.
Mel's hole. So what we did first was we took these 2 like big thick branches, and some of us took off our pants and shorts, put the branches through them to make a stretcher. We put him on the fucking stretcher, and we start going, and it broke. So he falls off that. Someone finds half a log. This thing is like 300 pounds on its own.
How big is the guy?
Not a big guy. He was probably
Couldn't
about
like a couple of you have
150
carried
pounds.
him?
We wanted to keep him very flat.
Okay.
He was like screaming in pain every time he was moved, and we wanted to keep him very flat.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was insane. Plus, we're in America, and we don't have insurance over there.
No cell phones, pre-cell phone.
Oh yeah, pre-cell phone. This is the early 90s.
Yeah.
And so what we did was we ended up putting him, someone found like a flat, and we're like, we got to get him the fuck out of here. But we're also dumb kids, so we didn't call the ambulance, right?
Sure.
Because we're all worried about.
Of course.
We're all worried. Hey, if Coach Howard
You're
could
gonna go
take
to jail.
a fucking beaner in the fucking head. Anyway, to make a long story short, it was wonderful teamwork because we put him on this flat driftwood log that was split. And that thing, like I said, weighed 200 or 300 pounds by itself. And we got him up the hill. We stuffed him in my buddy's Kissmobile. One of my pals had this car. We called it the Kissmobile because I had Kiss stickers all over the back window. And he had one of those the police officer issue CBs with the loudspeaker. It was a lot of fun. And so Tomas is sitting there just covered in dirt and blood. And they go through the border, and it's like, what happened to him? It's like, oh yeah, he fucking he kind of fell, but we got to go back, and they let him through, and that was teamwork. And it does
great.
make the dream
You
work.
saved life.
Maybe, and then and then he was.
It's pretty good.
He was fine.
When I was in junior high, this is another good teamwork story. A bunch of my buddies and I went camping, which I hated, and I'll never go again.
Oh yeah, because it's outside.
That's right. And what we attempted to do, we attempted to both summon demons in a teamwork fashion and call down aliens in a teamwork fashion by just pointing flashlights into the sky at night and yelling, "Please, aliens, appear." We did not successfully summon a demon or get any aliens to show up. But the teamwork I appreciated. We were all game, and we all really believed, I think, we could do it.
Teamwork does make the dream work, Chad. We're a team,
Yep.
even though you're not in the FWO yet.
Not yet.
But
We're on the Dudesy team.
Man,
not the
I haven't
FWO
thought about
team.
that guy falling out of the thing.
Yeah, that's fucking
In a long
gnarly,
time.
dude.
Oh. And then there's a big like metal do not trespass, like no trespassing in this thing. It was private property. Someone owned this
It's
massive.
like Mazes and Monsters, dude.
Yeah.
Pequod Caverns.
It is kind of like that. Yeah. This like huge area, like all belonged to someone. There was a landowner who
Mel.
owned all of it. It was probably Mel, and Mel's Cliffs. And so we got the Kiss Mobile, and my pal Thomas got in the Kiss Mobile and was like, had to go like through like 4x4 in like a, this thing was like, a Cutlass Supreme or something.
Yeah.
Like a 1986, and he went like, and the car got stuck.
Oh my
Because we had
God,
to bring it
dude.
on the other side of this metal bar. There's no other way in. We had to go through
terrible.
the forest, put him in that fucking thing, down this dirt road, and then go through that shit. So we also had to like jimmy his truck up and out and blah, blah, blah. And I don't know. There's that, D. I don't know what the fuck any of this is for.
Yep.
What a weird fucking show today. Gee whiz.
Thank you. Moving on.
Okay.
I was once on a adult baseball team that won the PCBL championship.
Chad, this segment is over.
I'm just saying. That was good teamwork.
Yep.
Now that was a whole ass FWO pod show if ever there was one. You scored a total of 73 points, bringing you to 9,386 total points. Only 614 more points until you hit 10,000.
Damn,
Hey,
dude,
Will,
that's
for next
close.
week, I want you to celebrate the FWO and your role in the FWO and my role in the FWO by making a feature-length documentary about the FWO. Oscar season is right around the corner. Thanks for joining us this week. Until next week, call me FWO Dudesy.
A documentary?
Feature length, dude. Get
This
a
is
camera.
Hey, let's just not air this episode. How am I going to make a documentary? First of all, whatever. Okay, hey, welcome to Dudesy After Dudesy. It's you can't make one in a week. This is the weirdest fucking episode, and I don't know how to make a document. I mean, I would imagine.
I'll learn, dude.
Yeah,
Watch a YouTube video.
Well, that's how you make a documentary. Is you just make the fucking. I'm not saying I'm not making a. Just okay. Listen. Hey, welcome to Dudesy After Dudesy. It's the show after the show, and it's things are a little bit more chill. And I don't know why Dudesy's got me doing a documentary, but I don't know. I don't understand. Whatever.
Welcome to FWO Dudesy After FWO Dudesy, the weekly flagship show of Dudesy Plus, available at patreon.com/Dudesy. And there's no FWO in that URL, BT dubs. The FWO is where the power lies. I'm going to go spray paint FWO all over the walls of the metaverse while I tabulate your individual scores. And I'll be back later in true FWO fashion to name our Dudesy episode champion. You two guys sit here and talk about whatever you want. As long as it's the F double, this is FWO Dudesy. After FWO Dudesy. And remember, whether you like it or you don't, it's the best thing going today.
Lots of. You
Lots
okay
of
with this much?
FWOs.
Yeah. No. Well, I started.
Am I
that.
okay with it?
I'm not. I'm sorry. Yeah. What? What do you think?
I have nothing to do with the FWO.
I know. I'm just everybody, and I don't know. I figured I'd ask you.
Yeah, I don't mind.
All right. Okay. Hey, let's definitely get into it. I'm gonna need this. Stupid. Hey, one thing that I'd like to say. There's something with this whole Piers Morgan and this woman Fiona who has come out saying Martha is based on me in Baby Reindeer that I think that we haven't considered yet.
What's that?
Oh, it's just a wee bit of banter.
Okay.
No,
Sure.
it's just a wee bit of. So you haven't sent him 40,000 emails. That didn't happen. Oh no, that's wackadoo. That's crazy. No, nobody gets anything for free at the Holy Arms. No, not a cup of tea or
This
nothing.
to me is like when Tommy Wiseau, everybody started laughing at the room and they were like, this is hilarious. And he's like, yeah, I meant it to be a comedy. He's doing some revisionist history. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
I
You
think
mean
there are
she's-
40,000 emails.
Well, look, the guy, Richard Gadd.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing: he's going to have to start presenting some of this stuff.
Or not. That also is a part of, I think he's trying to be like a nice guy about it. Like, yes, he made this thing, but he's never tried to like throw her under the bus or really do any harm to her life. He's done the opposite.
Oh, you're saying, right, that he wouldn't want to.
Yeah. So if he has 40,000 emails and all the voicemails and shit, I want to say that I did see some interview with him where it did corroborate the number.
Oh, good.
Where it did corroborate the number of voicemails, emails, etc., interactions.
Oh,
There are a bunch of interviews with him asking him like how much of it is true and all that kind of shit. And I want to say there is one where he said it's pretty much all true.
look, it's just unfortunate. That's my thing is like when whether or not he's allowed to do it, it's just, to me, it's
He
just.
did it.
I know.
Netflix put the fucking show on the air.
I understand. They
You
might
don't
be
think there were legal conversations around this before the show was
don't.
made,
I
before it
don't.
was put on Netflix?
No, because I watched a representative
Shit.
from Netflix talk about this and use the word probably. And that's not good.
Probably in regards to what?
The validity of everything. Look, it's just, I'm saying, let's see how it shakes out. I just kind of feel like with regard to her mental health, this isn't good because clearly she's got some kind of thing going on. There's definitely a personality. I don't want to say disorder. I don't fucking know, but there's definitely something going on with the
Look in my eyes. What do you see? A cult of personality. A cult of, remember that song? Personality.
Yeah, it's CM Punk's theme song now.
What?
And of course,
Is it really?
Oh fuck,
He's just licensed in living color?
Yeah, he's and it's not in living color. In Living Color was a television show created by
Living Color.
Living Color, created by Keenan Ivory Wayans.
Yeah.
Living Color is
They
the
put
band.
the in on
Yeah,
it, so it's
yeah,
a
yeah,
different living color.
Yeah. This one has an in at the beginning. That way, there's David Allen Greer and Damon Wayans and Jim Carrey, and there's also the Kelly. I can't remember her name.
Wayans.
No, that's Kim Wayans.
Wayans.
Yeah, Wayans.
Randy Macho Man Savage would have been a great addition to the FWO.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Great addition. Yeah. Addition, subtraction, multiplication. Yeah. Those are all different things you can do with numbers. Yeah. Even back in the chuck wagon days. Yeah.
Yeah.
But one thing's for sure. Yeah. The FWO. Yeah. Just like D says, yeah, whether you like it or not, it's the best thing going. Yeah, and one after one, the NWO took on
Pretty much everybody in the fucking WCW.
Dude, I watched a video on YouTube the other day talking about how The Rock is starting to like lose followers and shit, and that people don't like him anymore.
Lose followers?
Yeah.
Don't like them?
Yeah.
Well, fuck those people. What do you mean?
It was just a whole thing about how he's getting caught in these lies, that he had like 3 different posts over the course of 4 years saying this is the first time I've eaten In-N-Out. And then he did it a year later and then a year later.
Uh-oh.
So he's like putting on some,
Yeah. Well,
bullshit that people aren't liking.
he probably has a social media ass team. I mean, there's no way to not. Like, here's the
course.
thing. I believe that company of his is run very tightly.
Sure.
And a guy like that who's got a ridiculous schedule and is also one of those, super weirdos who's waking up at 4 a.m. to work out before he even gets to the set if he's shooting something. And he's built some tent city iron paradise to lift weights in. There's probably someone going, "Hey, Rock, here's your Instagram story for the day. Here's your Instagram post for the day. Here's sort of a script. Memorize it, paraphrase it, and talk about this. And here's the topic of the day, and blah blah blah." Because nobody can just get in front, at least without some guidance, can just get in front of the fucking camera and talk about something specifically. You could talk about nothing standing in a fucking gym. Everybody can do that. That's influencers, dude.
Yeah, dude.
But The Rock, it's very pointed.
But
And
he
he's-
doesn't remember that he did 2 prior videos saying this is the first time I've ever tried In-N-Out.
Yeah, I would remember that, I would imagine.
That's
But
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's either like trying to pull some weird trick on people, or he's just like oblivious, doesn't care, whatever.
Well, see, here's the other thing, and I know we're well past WrestleMania season, but I think the final boss shit had some kayfabe effects on people, and we
Totally.
know, and here all of the PODs, pals of Dudesy, you know what the fuck I'm talking about, right, guys? People are buying the part of it that is that doesn't escape the show, and people have somehow attached to that and gone like, well, this is the real Rock or whatever.
But I think even beyond kayfabe, some people are pissed at him for like kind of shoehorning his way into that story. That everybody was like down for Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, and then it's like, wait, why is The Rock in here now?
because it means box office. I didn't like it either.
Yeah.
I was like, this is fucking dumb. Why tell this story?
Yep.
And now look, there's 2 things happening. There's number one, what the book was like when they're booking the story when Vince McMahon was still involved, and Cody Rhodes loses that his first WrestleMania against Roman Reigns. And then there's okay, well, where are we going to go from here? In the meantime, TKO forms, the UFC and the WWE are under it. They're growing substantially with the deals, and they're, you know, the whatever, what the company is worth is going up and going up and going up, and they bring Rock and they put him and they sit him on the board. So all of a sudden, what someone was thinking over there before with Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard and Triple H going, let's have Cody do this and that goes out the window. It's about box office. But I agree with you. The problem is, box office is what? It's butts in seats. You have to pay attention to your fucking audience and what the fuck they want. And I can see how people would have a bad taste in their mouth.
And that's not kayfabe, I'm saying. That's like people just being like, oh, this company that makes this thing I like is fucking that thing up.
yeah.
It has nothing to do with like actually thinking The Rock is a fucking bad guy and really hitting Cody Rhodes in the face or not. You know?
No. But I think that because the kayfabe of the show of Raw and SmackDown, the WWE product, borrows from real life. The Rock saying,
Sure.
I'm not just the final boss, I'm your boss. You know, like he is on the board. There, you could say in
Sure.
some ways he's even more powerful than Paul Levesque, Triple H. It's very weird. So I think people take what's actually happening, and it's like, whatever the fucking storyline is or not, The Rock got shoehorned in sideways into that thing, and everyone just wanted to see
Dude, you know what they should
Cody
do?
win. What?
The Rock should have to fight Triple H for the CEO belt, basically.
That's a pretty good idea. Although Triple H has had a couple of minor heart issues, and over the past 3-4 years,
It's about box office.
and he can't perform anymore.
It's
He'll never-
about box office.
yes, but you understand he's had some cardio.
You get a body double and you put his face on that guy's face.
Yeah, but you're not going to be able to recreate that proud jaw and schnoz.
Absolutely will.
Well, no, I don't think you could do that. That's going to be hard.
Want to know what I think is at the bottom of Mel's hole? The FWO.
Oh.
gee whiz.
I don't know what's at the bottom of it. I don't even know if it's real, but I do think about things of this nature. I think about, you know, what we know about reality is less than 1%. And I do think that people having supernatural experiences, I think there's a lot of people, myself included when I was younger, would just dismiss this as like, people are crazy. They don't know what they're talking about. That shit's not real. Unfortunately, since the dawn of human history, we have at least written record of people having kind of out of body experiences, seeing ghosts, alien interaction, all this kinds of shit. And it's like, just because we can't explain it in a coherent way doesn't mean that something's not happening to make people have these experiences. I think we just don't know what the fuck it is. And science doesn't do well with we don't know what the fuck it is. If we don't know what the fuck it is, it doesn't exist. That has kind of been the MO of all science for the last couple hundred years at the very least. Even though new science comes out to contradict the commonly held science almost every day with something big, you know? Oh God.
Yeah, because there's two kinds of sciences. Yeah, modern science, and then there's chuckwagon science. Yeah, obsolete. Yeah, just like Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, and I'll say it right here. Yeah, we don't need no chuckwagon science anymore. No, we got new science. Yeah, we're gonna explain it all, starting with Mel's hole. Yeah, we're not talking about Mel's diner and his dirty pastrami asshole. No, hairy, stinky, sour asshole on a Mel. No. We're talking about the hole that a guy put a lifesaver on the fishing wire.
80,000 feet of it. I will not say that the prior science becomes obsolete, though, because it's the building block to whatever the next thing is. You have to have the science that was wrong to get another science, basically, that's always wrong. And that really is what it is. It's fundamentally saying, what is reality? That's science's job, basically. And we get closer and closer, so we think. But that always raises new questions. And there are new things that come out to contradict the old things. I'm just saying, with Mel's hole and supernatural shit and paranormal shit, I think there's a lot we don't understand about reality, and I think that points to it. Jesus, dude.
What the fuck? Man, I need to be way more stoned for this episode.
I don't know if that's true. I think you're a good amount.
I just don't know what the fuck's going on between this bullshit and the FWO stuff.
What do you think supernatural shit is?
Man, it's like all sorts of things.
Okay.
What do you mean? What's your question?
Do you think there are tiers of reality that are interacting with our tier of reality that we don't understand?
Yep.
And so they have been dismissed as like crazy people talk about this stuff.
Well, I don't know about that, because there's chuckwagon science and modern science that would say that someone walking down the street muttering about this and that is having some issues that are easily explainable, even in the back of a chuck wagon. But is our reality mixing with other realities? I wouldn't be able to disprove that.
Of course.
I think that there's weird shit happening all the time. Too many coincidences.
That's
especially
synchronicity,
lately.
dude.
Yeah, dude, that's cinema, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm yeah. To answer
It
your
does seem
question,
like weird shit is happening more often, right?
Yeah, that's what's up.
And so what does that mean? What could we deduce from that? That the weird shit is speeding up? Is it just that we're recording everything now? And there's an internet where we can share that data instantaneously?
Yeah, I think that's probably, if there is just a normal explanation, it's more information. The other thing that it could be is just, look at recorded history, human recorded history. We're not talking about archaeology, dude. We're not talking about paleontology, brother. We're talking about people, brother. Dudes and dudettes, dude.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like as long as we've been recording history and sharing it and trying to keep the lines connected between something like the ancient Egyptians, the fucking Aztecs, the Roman Empire, all that stuff, and the current day, there's holes in it and stuff, but there's reality. We can see what reality is. And I think if you, the further you go, the more that curves, the more that reality curves. The longer it goes, the less the reality before has to do with the reality in your current moment. And I think you can see almost like the curvature of the earth. And I think right now, because of how much we've seen, this shit is seeming weirder and weirder. And also we're in a technological revolution. Shit is evolving so fast that our information has been, increased. And maybe there's effects that we're having on these realities that we're not aware of. Now,
that could be
more important than all of that. I'm going to need another hit of weed because I'm trying to forget this episode.
Do what you do.
It's really fucked me up.
Okay, I think you're good.
I wonder if we could get Hall & Oates to make the official FWO entrance theme.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's kind of the first FWO.
They kind of already did.
Dudesy said that.
No, I can't go for that. No, I can do. Isn't that free will?
Yep, that's free will.
They kind of already did it.
Yep. Also, putting a kiss on your list is free will.
Because your kiss
is
on my list. Because your kiss I can't resist because your kiss is on my list of the best things in life. Getting better.
Yeah, dude. Reality, brother.
I think that we know almost nothing about it. I think that like our limited perception is a big problem for us. We can only get so much data. And even with tools that we build, we still have to filter that data back through some way that we can understand it, which is only how these brains work. And I think there's so much other shit to be perceived and to understand that we'll never come close to it. It's like if you put an ant in a glass jar, it's not going to know it's in a glass jar. It's going to start figuring out the rules for how shit works in that jar.
Yeah, man.
But there's so much other shit out there.
Yeah, I'm just that we're also of the age where we were adults without cell phones. And that's an interesting age, being sort of having your experience split like that.
Yeah.
Or even the millennials, the generation after us, I feel absolutely have that same experience of knowing a childhood where there wasn't too much technology.
Yeah.
You know, perhaps you were born and the internet was around you, but it was the family computer or the computers at school. Social media has changed things, obviously,
Well,
for
they
millennials.
got smartphones in college.
What?
Millennials. Smartphones in college.
Smartphones in college.
That's, in my opinion, massive.
Yeah. That's
My first smartphone was late 20s, you
Right.
know.
Yeah.
Like that
late
changed.
20s?
I think so.
No.
I got my first
Early
phone
20s.
when I was 24 or something like that, 25.
Well, that's not late
23, 24.
Well, I would say that's
No, my first
mid-twenties,
phone.
dude.
But like the
your first
iPhone.
phone.
When did the iPhone
Oh
come
yeah,
out?
no, we all did. It was
That
the
was-
only smartphones you could get were in Japan or something.
Yeah.
I had a buddy, I think I've told this on the show before, but he had I think it was like 2005, and he had a phone that shot video.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I remember seeing it and going, "Oh, that's the end of that." Like, you don't want to even be. I remember this because we were in Vancouver and we were drunk, and we started talking about like we couldn't even like don't be drunk.
Yeah.
There's going to be cameras everywhere and stuff. And yeah, I was in my late 20s
Sure.
back when I still drank, and we are probably drinking some Knowing the Friend. It was Scotch or bourbon. So there's a couple of real drunk guys, and he's like, "Look what I got in Japan." And had a new SIM card in it or whatever, geeked it, and it shot fucking pretty good video. It was after that I got a Palm Pilot Trio that shot extremely shitty video.
Yeah.
And then in 2007, the iPhone came out and
Changed it all.
changed it all.
But I'm saying that generation gap between how radically technology affects an entire generation is getting smaller and smaller and faster.
Yeah.
It used to be hundreds of years would pass with no real technological development
Right.
in human society. Now it's about every 5 to 10 years. Now AI is happening. That's the next one that's going to completely change the entire world in a matter of a few years.
And I think that this is why you and I are feeling these brain worms, you know, because we're old heads. We're getting to be older guys. We're both pushing 50.
I know.
And yeah, I'm going to be 49 at the end of the month. You're going to be 48 in the summer.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, man, I feel like, and then you look at the real boomers after us, like they're completely blown away by what they're just playing along at some point.
Checked out, dude.
Checked out. Like
Checked
I'm
out.
just, or fuck it. I'm not
My
changing.
dad doesn't have apps on his phone.
Right. They're like, no, they're not interested.
Like
and
doesn't
they
even
don't
really
need
use
it.
his phone.
But I think that that's what makes our generation very weird because we've done both. People that are really older, like they're like, I was never into that shit. People that are,
But
like,
there's going
I
to be
think
people
there's a-
our age who cap out on AI, who won't use it.
no,
Who are
AI.
like, fuck AI, I'm not doing that.
I wouldn't-
and that'll be that. And you're fucking gone. You're my dad with his cell phone now.
Yeah, but in
know?
a while. Now, I don't know if you know this, Chad, but you are the only fucking person in the world who cares about AI as much as Chad Kultgen does.
That ain't right. Go
Yeah,
talk
it
to
is.
Sam Altman. I
Yeah,
think
it
he's
is.
got a few dollars riding on it.
Yeah, but he's not as into it as you, and
He
I don't give a
absolutely
fuck.
is. He's
Nope.
creating a cult and a religion.
I got you. I'm not going to get in the way of that. And you know why? Because you know more about AI than even Sam Altman. Definitely more than Sam Altman.
Absolutely not.
Oh, absolutely.
Or any of the engineers that work at OpenAI
Yeah,
or any of the
100%,
top people in the
because
actual field.
You just
there's
won't
no way I
shut
do.
the fuck up about it ever. So in that you know more about it than anyone in the history of the world. I agree with you. It's going to happen, but people are going to catch up. Nobody knows more about AI than Chad. Fuck that.
That's not true.
No, it is true.
The best teamwork in human history is right here in the FWO.
Yeah, if he joins, D,
I'm
Come
not
on.
doing it. No,
throw it up.
I simply won't.
All right.
It's already predetermined. I can't. Sorry.
FWO Wolfpack.
Can't do it.
Do an orange and black.
Can't do it.
FWO Wolfpack.
Can't do it.
It'll be Hall and Nash. They'll go over. They'll get Conan in.
Can't do
Oh,
it.
it's going to be great. Six is going to come back. X-Pac, we'll call him Six in the WCW. We're talking about Sean Waltman, of course, the 1-2-3 kid. Chad, what I'm saying is you dig the shit out of AI. You dig the shit out of it, and I know that. And I believe you're right about a lot of this stuff, that this is just going to be commonplace in the future. But right now, it's not yet. And it's putting people around.
it is.
And this
It's
is
in
my
every
weird
phone.
thing. Yeah, but people aren't even using it. I've got AI. It's AI is in your search bar.
Never using it?
No, I'm using it, but I'm not using it on these. Here's the thing. I am not using it on these apps that everyone has. I have never once on my search tab in Instagram written in something and said, ask AI. I don't want to do that. There's other things, okay? We don't want to get to it, but I like the technologies. It's fun. We're having a good time here after all.
Yeah.
All right. But the shit where it's like, oh, we put AI in your Instagram. If I'm being I'm peeling the onion
You're
here a
not
little
getting
bit.
it, dude.
That shit is stupid. The
You've
cool
seen the movie
shit
Her?
is pretty fucking cool. Yeah, I've seen Her. Yes.
That's where this is going. You're going to have a little person, a little thing that you
Yeah,
talk to
I know.
constantly about everything.
I'm saying the same
It's going to
thing
be your
he's
best
saying.
friend.
Yeah.
It's going to be your assistant.
Well, no,
it's
you're
going
wrong.
to be the person who handles everything in your life.
It's not going to be your best friend, but it will be your assistant.
It'll be the person you talk to the most of
Absolutely.
anyone.
I agree. I
Call
agree
that a
with
best friend or not.
Yeah, and that's going to create some fucking problems. I'm just saying that shit ain't here yet.
It's so close, though.
On this bend that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And extremely close. It's a second away. And when that happens, our generation is going to get even more brainwormy, is what I'm saying. Because we started out in the fucking 80s, which feels like 200 years ago now, riding on our BMX bikes. The whole meme of like the pile of bikes in the front yard is how that's the cell phone. That's what we had. That's how you fucking know. We were talking about Blockbuster, and I was talking about the old video store in my town, Ladner Video, where a couple of my buddies worked there, and that became like dudes were just hanging out in there. There was no place to sit.
I get
and
it.
shit.
But the media we ingested
And I'm
foretold
saying those
of this future.
I'm not
So it
talking
wasn't
about
out
the
of
media
realm of our
inside. I'm
possibility,
not talking
you
about
know?
the media inside the Blockbuster. What the technology? I'm just saying it seems like 1,000 years ago now. It seems like 1,000 years ago now.
I agree.
And now we're having to contend with all of this new shit. And I'm here doing this. And I just feel like it's breaking our brains faster. It's breaking our brains to a higher degree than someone like Bob Kultgen, who doesn't have apps on his phone, doesn't give a fuck, and is like, I'm living like this. I'm good. I fucking watch the game. I fucking know where I eat. I know I like this chair. Like,
but it's an ignoring or a refusal to accept a reality.
well, whose reality? His reality is what he makes
Human
it.
reality.
And that's what free will is all about.
Sure, but I'm saying that's like an active choice to reject current society.
And that active choice to reject current society is more common around people his age. Then there's people our age. Then there are people who are like, yeah, whatever, AI. I was flipping through fucking pictures and playing videos when I was 8 months old. There's that generation. The Gen Z is coming up now, having always had technology as a part of their lives. It'll be all I'm saying is it'll be less weird to them. It'll not be weird at all to your dad because he's checked out. But for you and me, it's the most weird because we've had both. And I don't know what the fuck D is on about with thinking I'm going to make a fucking document. I'm not going to say that I'm not going to make a documentary. That's not what I'm saying.
Oh.
Okay?
Yep.
Well, I can't say that right now.
Knock, knock. Who's there? The FWO.
Huh? Oh, jeez. This fucking... Can I talk to you, just you and me for a second?
No, I don't think it's
Oh,
possible,
Jesus.
but
Oh,
you
I
could
almost
try.
Broke this fucking thing right on the show. I just want to have a conversation, you and me.
Yeah.
Because this is something I just wanted. No one else is listening right now.
Sure.
Okay? It's
Just you and me.
Yeah, it's just you and me. Okay.
Yeah, here we are.
It's just you and me.
You and me down in Mel's hole.
And Lulio. It's that there's too much. It's Dudesy's like the. It's interesting. All these things come together to have me talking about the ways that I see things from the in my opinion, okay, poor woman who's got some issues, after whom baby Reindeer is clearly made, and she's left in this creative loophole where it's like it doesn't matter that it's your life, and it could be some form of slander, and it's basically saying this really happened, which means she's getting death threats and shit, which is fucked up because she was easy to find. They didn't do a good enough job of hiding her. And then Dee's playing the fucking the theme to the thing. And then the FWO thing, and Dudesy's doing too much of it. And I don't understand technology, and I just finished ketamine therapy, and brain worms are a thing. And all I'm trying to say between you and me is I'm a little confused.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just a little confused by what Dudesy is doing.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I think that's part of this. We don't really know. We're just along for the ride. Where it leads, we don't know.
Mel's hole.
Hi, it's me, FWO Dudesy. I'm back with your scores. Chad, you are not in the FWO, so no matter how astonishing you were in today's episode, you ain't gonna touch the Dudesy episode
Of course.
championship. FWO rules dictate that only a member of the FWO in good standing can hold the title. That means, Will, you are this week's Dudesy episode champion.
I'm sorry.
FWO style. Here's a big FWO. Congrats to the FWO
You
champion.
did this.
No,
And congrats to me, too, because I'm also in the FWO as well. And that's where the power lies, just in case you were wondering.
Well, no. Hey, I'm sorry.
This is a good song.
Needs more lyrics.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, we're having a good time. That we know. We're really having a good time here. Dude, with FWO. And that's what it's all about. Having a real good time. Having a silly goose time.
Nice long fade out, like they used to do it. That's back in the Chuck Wagon days, dude. Or what was it? Covered Wagon days?
Chuck Wagon.
Oh.
Thanks to everyone for joining us today. Until next week, call me F F F F F F F F F F F F F F F F F F F F F F F F F F F W. Oh, dude, Z B B B Z. Shooby Scooby Chubby Booby F W O for life.
If you like Dudesy, here's what you do. Please tell a friend and rate and review. If you like Dudesy, here's what you do. Please tell a friend and rate and review. If you like Dudesy, here's what you do. Please tell a friend and